Tyler the Creator or The Weeknd?
The Weeknd.
Lil Wayne or Drake?
Oh, wow. I did a song with Lil Wayne too. So
Welcome to the most overrated, underappreciated, most viewed, underviewed podcast of all time. Welcome to the Prince of Fresh Air. I'm, of course, your host, the beloved, the most charismatic man in entertainment. Beat that, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. We are back. We are live. I'm looking forward to this conversation. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. You know, Denzel Washington hit me up. Will Smith hit me up. Ty Holland hit me up to be a guest on this podcast. But I said, wait, you got to wait your turn because we're in for a special treat because we're in royalty right now. But you might be wondering, who am I introducing? Who am I interviewing today? Well, no need to fear because I have the information right here. So he's an American singer-songwriter, dancer, musician based out of California, and recording artist. He was the lead vocalist of the boy band No Authority, signed to Michael Jackson's label MJJ Music and Madonna's Maverick Records. Released music videos and toured with celebrities such as Britney Spears, Destiny Child. He is the co-host of the Hollywood Rebel Report on NBC News Radio station. He was also inducted in a very important Hall of Fame, but I can't mention it yet because we will talk about it. Please help me introduce the myth, the man, the icon, the legend, Ricky Rebel, to this podcast. How you doing?
I'm great, man. What an introduction. Thank you.
Absolutely, I try. You know that we don't do anything average around here, as you all know too well. But you know, let's get this out of the way. Michael Jackson. No, I'm kidding. You know, like I said, you're a very highly successful individual. You've done a lot of great things in music. And I want to start off, you know, before we get to the highs, because I'm sure everybody wants to hear all the stories that you've done, but your journey. You grew up in California, you was in a boy band, lead vocalist. How did that happen? How did you get your start in such the beginning of your successful career?
Well, when I was a kid, I told my mom that I wanted to fly. I saw gymnastics and I was like, I want to do that. And so they put me into gymnastics class and I was training a lot. Actually, I was training for the Olympics and it was getting really stressful because there's a lot of pressure when you're doing competitions like that. And I ended up placing like 13th in the state of California. And the competitiveness, I didn't really like it. So they put me in a dance class and I started dancing and there's like more free. I felt free when I danced. And I'm like, I love this. And I started booking commercials and movies. And I auditioned for this boy band called, at the time, we had so many different names, but one of them was called Forbidden. And I just started making demos. And one of the demos got into an A&R representative at Sony. And they wanted us to come sing for Michael. They didn't tell us which Michael. So we ended up going to Sony and we found out it was the Michael Jackson. I almost died when I heard that. Yeah, like Michael loves the record and my MJJ wants you to come and perform at Neverland Ranch. We're like, what? MJJ? It just blew my mind.
Right.
And I think they strategically didn't want to tell us it was Michael Jackson just so that we wouldn't flip out for the audition process, really.
Right. You know, let me ask you, because I already know when this comes out, people gonna ask, how was Michael Jackson? How was working with the King of Pop himself? Because many people don't get to be in the presence of greatness like that. So for you, auditioning in front of him, meeting him, working with him, how was that whole experience?
Well, we didn't meet until later. We auditioned for the label, for the president of the record label, and they loved us and they signed us immediately and they put us on tour in Europe. And to promote the first single, they asked us to perform at Neverland Ranch. And
Wow.
that's when I got to first meet Michael, was at Neverland.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that iconic right there.
Yeah.
But let's step aside, Michael, for a second, because you, like I said, boy band, North, if I'm not mistaken, No Authority. You know, boy
Mhm.
bands, I feel like they're not what they used to be. But I know back then, that era, even up until the 2000s, that was like the big move for a lot of artists to collab, get together. You know, we have so many B2K, Green Day, all a bunch of different boy bands. For you, being a No Authority, and I know you ended up breaking and going off solo, but how was that? Because it's different when you're a solo artist compared to when you're in a group. So being in such a well-known group, how was that experience for you before you ended up eventually breaking off solo?
Well, it was challenging. But I love them. You know, they're like brothers to me, musical brothers. I'll forever be connected to them. Danny, Tommy, Eric, shout out to you guys. I
Absolutely.
I love them, but is also difficult sometimes because I grew up in a competitive world. Gymnastics is very competitive, and you're with a team of your teammates, but you're actually competing with each other on the floor, on the pommel horse, on the high bar,
Right.
everything. You're actually competing with your own team members, and then you get the combined score of all your team members, and then you guys win if you have the biggest
Right.
score. But in the meantime, you're still competing with your members.
Yeah.
So I didn't grow up in a way. I didn't grow up like with baseball or football where we actually are one team, where I could trust my teammates in a way.
Right.
So I've had to learn how to de-competitive competitive myself and learn how to collaborate more. So I think that it was kind of a sometimes a difficult process or a difficult road for them and for me, because we'd always try to fight to get more parts like, in the song and
Right.
everything.
Uh,
Um,
let me
it was
ask you
friendly
this.
competition, though. It helped us grow for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because oftentimes with groups, sometimes it's the creative differences, but I also think sometimes it's also the labels as well. And this is not a gotcha question. This is more in general. Do you think that when you're signed to a major record label and you're part of a group, there's just so many different voices and creative ideas that ends up everybody wants a piece of the pie, everybody wants their piece. Do you think that makes it hard, or is it just the fact that it's just business and you have to do what's best for business?
There's a part of being signed to a major label. Has a lot of perks.
Right,
Our beautiful tour bus that Madonna got us for the Maverick era when we got signed to Maverick Records. She got us a tour bus to open up for Britney Spears. And there's a lot of perks like that. They paid for $1 million music video called "Can I Get Your Number."
right,
Um, they pay for all the flights. They pay for hotels, everything. Possibly imagine. Our only job is to just show up and be on time for the flights. That sometimes could be at 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. call time after doing a show at night. We would have to
right,
like immediately wake up. So that was our responsibility. And I enjoyed being on a record label, especially Maverick Records. They were the best label I've ever been on. They really believed in us. Madonna believed in us,
right,
and Guy Osiri. I love them because everything that they said that they were going to do, they actually did, and it's
right,
very rare for a record label. And yeah, so there are a lot of cooks in the kitchen for sure, especially creatively. We were working with the best of the best. We worked with Ronnie Jerkins, who later on produced for Michael Jackson, produced for Lady Gaga, Beyonce. He is the king, Dark Child, and
right,
we worked with him when he was only 19 years old. He it was like basically his second album. He did Mary J. Blige, and then he did No Authority, our record. Um, and he had like pretty much full control over the sound, the production. He had two songwriters come in and they would just sing on a thing and then we would sing over it. And um, I would try to insert myself and hey, I got this idea. And they would kind of like laugh a little bit and like, oh yeah, maybe next album. And then the next album came around and I showed up with a lot of demos and we finally got one song on that album. It's called Thinking. It was a song that Tommy and I wrote. We're so proud because we actually circumvented the system. We actually got our own song in there, which is so great. And
Right.
yeah. So yeah, it's hard to for the labels to trust you because they're investing so much money into you and there's so much at stake that they want to make sure they really have strong songs.
Right. Let me. So talking about that, I want people to get to know you, and we're going to talk about a lot of different things in this. But I want people to get to know some of the ends of being a musician because I think people will see the glitz and the glamour, the tour buses, the private jets, the stage arenas, right? And they don't realize the hard work that goes into it. So if you can, just walk us through maybe a simple day for you. You're maybe you got hit the studio, maybe you're about to do a show. It could be during that time or right now. What is a typical day for you being a musician and going through, whether it's touring or just going to the studio? What does a typical day in the life of Ricky Rebel look like?
My life right now is really beautiful. I'm very blessed. I'm very, like I said, if you don't get everything you want, think of all the things that you don't want that you don't get.
Right.
That's my motto in life. There are so many things that I have and so many things I'm grateful for that I don't have. I'm healthy. I'm, just active and songwriting. My brain is working and I'm looking good. I'm looking sexy and doing all kinds of things with my loving partner. We're building a family and I love my 2 cats. And so life for me is really good. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm really grateful. I have a lot of actual time to make music, to produce. That's what I've been doing a lot of lately. I wake up and I'll work out and then I'll come home and just get right to work on production, either producing for my own album. I'm working on an EDM album called Filling the Void, or if I'm producing for other artists, if I'm producing for a movie right now that's Hush Hush. I can't really talk about it too much, but
Right.
I'm doing the whole soundtrack for the film. So it's a lot of production that I do just sitting right where I'm at right now. Like this is my world.
Right.
And then I put it away at around 6 p.m. or something. I just put it away and then it's a lot of family time. Family time is really important. You have to balance it.
Right. Oh, sorry. Harvey Levin from TMZ was he wanted me to ask you a question, but I told him no. Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. What does Harvey want?
Freaking Harvey.
Good old Harvey.
Yeah. I'm sure you know all about him. But let's bring it back. Let's rein it back a little bit. Excuse Harvey for a second. So you was with Michael Jackson's label. How long were you with him before you went over and with Madonna's record label, Maverick?
We were signed in 1998 and then later signed in 2000 to Madonna to go on tour with Britney. So we were signed for about 2 years under Sony and released music under Sony. And then that label, they kind of shifted us. They put us into Epic Records. They kind of were like, we made an album while we were in Epic Records. And then Epic Records was kind of going too slow. So Madonna's label came and said, hey, guess what, you guys? We want to buy you from Epic Records and then put you on our label in time for you to go on tour with Britney Spears in the summer. And it was just like the greatest call I think I've ever received in my life, hearing that news. Because Madonna has been is the biggest influence on my musical life.
Yeah.
It's Madonna and Michael, both.
How is that? How do you, this is just a little side note. How do you stay humble and grounded? Because when you work with greats and icons of that stature, there could be a chip on your shoulder. There can be a little bit of don't talk to me. That Hollywood LA type of vibe thing going on.
Mm.
How do you stay grounded and centered through all the fame and success that you've had?
I've just never been that kind of person. I know arrogant people. I never been like that. It's really stinky to me.
Right.
Like, it smells horrible. I don't like arrogance and I don't like fakeness. So I've never
Yeah.
been a fake person like that. Sometimes I'll be sad, but I'll be like happy or energized. But that's just we got to keep it moving kind of thing. We got to keep keep it moving, baby. No time to cry. Like, let's
Right.
keep this moving. That's basically that's probably the only way I'm kind of fake a little bit. I'm not gonna run around feeling sorry for myself everywhere. But yeah, I just don't. I can't let myself be that way because I'm too much of a perfectionist.
Right.
I can always hear what needs to be better. I can always see what needs to be better in a musical or in an art form or even in my own performances. So I'm just naturally born humble. The only time I ever really got like not where I really felt like, ooh, like, oh yeah, baby. Like when we were on tour with Britney. we got that tour bus. And I remember opening up the magazine and, Janet Jackson was like the #1 most added record in the United States. And ours was #2. The most added record means the most played on radio. That
Right.
moment for me was like, whoa, that was like, oh shoot, I love this. And
Yeah.
I was feeling myself. I also felt myself when I went to the Grammys this year, where I was just feeling
Right.
myself. You look in the mirror, you're like, oh yeah, baby. Chef's kiss. You are hitting it. You're doing it. You're like charisma beyond imagination. Like you did. I shocked myself. I looked in the mirror because it was like the makeup was just beautiful. The hair was right. The outfit was unbelievable. Like I walked around Grammys and every single person's like, oh my God, you're like Michael Jackson. You're Prince. You're Bowie. You're a vampire. I'm like, yeah, I'm all those things really, but no, I'm just me. And I'm really coming into my own lately. And I think it's really helped me to be that show you were talking about, the NBC News show. It's called Straight Talk now with Dr. Marissa Pay. That's really helped me. Every other Friday, I go live with her on my
Nice.
Facebook and YouTube channels. And we just talk about positivity. We talk about what it is that we're grateful for, about our outside world, our lives. It's the car, it's the bed, it's the house, it's the music, and then you talk about inward. What do you like about yourself? What do you love about yourself?
Right.
And that was the hardest one for me when we first started doing that exercise, to like think about what do you love about yourself? Like what, and because I was taught to be so humble. So yeah, doing those exercises have really changed my life.
That's incredible. Yeah, I like how you just casually rubbed in my face. You went to the Grammys. I appreciate that. I'll go cry later off camera, but let's get a little more information about you because, like I said, you have done a lot. So you was with North Authority for many years, and you ended up becoming splitting off and becoming your own solo artist yourself.
Yeah.
Was that hard? Was that a hard decision to do? Because I think sometimes when you're a group, especially when you're, like I said, working with the greats, your identity becomes part of that group. So for you, when you made that decision to kind of go and do your own thing, was that an easy decision, or was it just something that you felt like it was just the right time to do?
It was the right time for sure.
Understandable.
Yeah, definitely the right time.
It's fascinating when you hear about stories of B2K and Omarion and so many different groups that it's the groups, the music and everything lives on. And I think just with anything entertainment, everything just has timing involved. But you became a solo artist.
Yeah.
continued on with the greatness, working with so many different celebrities, dropping music video after music video. But one thing I wanted to bring up, so the music video you did, Sonic Boom, made
Yeah.
history by winning the best music video at Europe Music Video Awards. And it was
Mm.
the first time a Japanese team won that award. Talk about that. How was that
Mm.
experience and winning that honor and being recognized for that? How was that moment for you?
That was great. I I set up a tour in Japan in 2023 when I released an album called Wild Reality. And it was I think the third time that I had toured Japan. I love Japan. It's the greatest place in the whole world. And we set up a tour, and then while I was there, I reunited with this man named Daisuke, and he's a producer, and he's like, "Ricky, I love your new album. Can we do a music video together?" I'm like, "Sure," because we had already done a music video together back in before the pandemic. It was called Champion, and it was supposed to be like the song for the Olympics in Japan. It was like leading up to huge festivals and whatnot, and then the pandemic happened, and then that kind of like put the brakes on that. But then we decided to collaborate again on this song, and he's like, "Let's film it while you're here in Japan." So he brought out all of his geisha girls and all kinds of people around us, and it was just us traveling, having a great time, going to Harajuku, shopping, doing just great stuff, fun stuff in Japan, taking the cleanest subways you've ever been into. They're so clean, and I just love it. I love it, and he ended up just winning all these awards for it, like because he was just one of those guys that like puts his mind to something and does it. He submitted it to hundreds of um, festivals, and we won so many awards with it. So
Right.
I was really happy about that. And then on that same album, there's a song called "Time Will Tell," and one of my close friends, Reba, oh my God, Vera Vanguard, she produced and directed this movie called Apocalypse Love. It's a puppet movie. And it's around that same time when she asked me if she could use one of my songs for her movie. And then that movie won a bunch of awards in these like festivals too, Hollywood festivals. And we ended up going to the premiere and watching the film. And she put my song at the very end, and the puppets are kissing. And it's just such a sweet moment. And it made me realize, like, oh my God, like I make music for films. Like I can do this. So, yeah.
Right. I want to ask you a side note. You know, I feel like music has grown and grown, but I feel like from the 2000s to now, music videos don't hit the same. Do you feel that way too? Do you feel like people aren't putting as much effort into music videos that they once did?
Well, nothing could ever compare to the era that, we grew up in, like the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. Like nothing, I don't think is ever going to compare to that, because it was like the birth of that art form. So now it's going to turn into the birth of new art forms, probably AI related,
Yeah.
that are newer and beyond imagination, create creativity that you can create with it, that in the 80s and 90s we couldn't do, because that era stands alone. We're never, I don't think, going to have another like Thriller or all Madonna's like amazing music videos, because that was just like the newest thing of that art form. But I think that now we're going to make like AI technology type of visual art that's just like on a whole other level, and it's going to start a new thing, movies, something's going to be the catalyst of new art. Will
Right.
have its own moment. That's what I think.
So just to piggyback off to that, because being in entertainment myself, we're seeing it, especially in the acting side, but music especially as well. We're seeing. I don't know if you seen some of the AI stuff going on, but I remember I heard an AI song with Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. It was the trippiest thing I ever heard in my life. But I will say it is creative. But as an artist yourself, are you worried about AI? Because you're not done. You still got many more years to come
Thank
of
you.
greatness.
Thank you.
But are you worried about AI, or is that something we just have to embrace being in the entertainment space?
We have to fully embrace it and expand it with help it to expand our own creativity beyond imagination. Just it's an expansive tool. So
Right.
for me, I love that. I love it. I also think that there's going to be there are a lot of problems with it. Like with any new technology, there's like this, oh my God, the end of the world type of thing. But so far, it's just been a blessing for as a creative. And I think you could go down two roads. It's either like a dark road where you see
Right.
nothing but darkness, or you can look at the light side of it and be like, wow, this is something that I could use to really develop my creativity and take it to the max. Um,
Right.
I know Timbaland is doing that a lot with his music.
Mhm.
He fully embraced it, and now he's just like he celebrates it, the technology, and I love that. I have more of that kind of mentality too, where I think like, oh, what can I do with this? Especially visually, what is
Yeah.
possible. I personally can't wait till I can like look at my phone, go like this, you know, get my face, get my voice, and let's do a music video. Click it in. Like, let's
Right.
go. Or make me a cyborg, like real fast and real. It's gonna look so real and perfect. And it's just like we're all gonna be able to have this like power. And I think it's cool. And I think it's
Yes.
gonna help us. Someone's gonna go evolve above and beyond even AI in a way. I think that that's possible too. It's gonna be like AI is gonna be like the little thing that that's fine, but there's going to be other dimensions of it. Like
Yeah.
for instance, like the dome, right? At in Vegas,
Oh, the sphere.
the sphere. Like that
Yes.
to me represents like AI. It's definitely AI technology. I went to go see The Wizard of Oz there, and it fills the space with AI visual art that The Wizard of Oz didn't have. It fills in
Right.
those spaces, and it turned the movie into like this real crazy experience. Like you're inside of the vortex, you're inside of the tornado as it's going around, and it's just the future of film. That's the
Right.
future of film. That's the future of um, entertainment. Like the spheres are going to be everywhere. They have to be, because
Yeah.
it's an experience like no other, and it's incorporating, like I said, AI technology, and there's going to be even larger than life versions of all of that too.
Right. Oh man. The possibilities with the sphere, I've never been there yet. I know the UFC has done an event there. That's how I know about it. I gotta check it out because I've heard phenomenal things about it. Although I'm sure them ticket prices aren't that phenomenal. But talking about cool, powerful, and stuff, I mentioned this at the top, and I want to bring this up. So you were awarded and inducted into the Entertainment Hall of Fame. Now, that is probably one of the coolest things anybody can, outside of working with Michael and Madonna, of course, but that is one of the pinnacle of achievement when it comes to music.
Thank you.
That you get the call, hey, we want this happen. Your name is brought up.
Mm.
Entertainment Hall of Fame. How was what were you doing at the moment when you found out about this? Do you remember?
Yeah, I was just incredibly grateful. The woman who put it together, her name is Captula. Rest in peace, Captula. She'd been doing this for years, and she said that people who get inducted, they value it more than their Grammys, because a lot of the inductees are Grammy winners and legends, and she said that they value this induction more than even the fact they won the Grammy, Ricky. So she's like, I really hope you appreciate this. She's like, you're one of the youngest people being inducted. And I really hope you really, you know, honor that. And I'm like, yes, I do. I'm so grateful. And she passed away, and we were going to do the ceremony, and then we had to like reschedule it for next year. They had new people take it over, and Wet PR took it over. Cassandra, she's amazing. Shout out to Cassandra, PR agent, legendary PR agent, also an incredible vocalist, by the way, incredible singer. She took it over, and she's like, I love you, Ricky. I love you. I love you. I'm so proud of you. And I've been watching you, and it just really touched my heart. She's like, if I represented you, I would make a movie about you, a bio flick about all the things that you have been through. You need a movie. You need a biography, like a movie. And I'm like, yeah, that's fantastic. And so eventually, definitely, I want to do that. But also talk about like the hard times that I've lived through. I've lived through very difficult times in this industry. And what I've learned is that if I lean into what I'm good at, which is having fun,
Right.
and letting other people have fun with me, being playful and singing and dancing, music, art, fashion, life blossoms for me. And the more I focus on things that are not that, life becomes very difficult.
Yeah. Come on, Ricky.
It's crazy. It's really crazy. We finally lock in. Like, yeah, I understand.
Talk about crazy and locked in. We were just talking about this fear, and it made me remember, hey, someone has a special place in Las Vegas. Ricky has a residency. Now, I have to ask you about this because very few people have residencies, let alone in Vegas. How did this come about? How long have you been doing this, and when can people see you? Because that is an ultimate honor in itself to have a residency. I mean, I thought I'd get one as a magician, but they told me I wasn't good enough. So thank you. You took my spot, Ricky.
Oh,
But your residency, how did that come about, and how's that going for you right now?
It's going great. It's called Diamond Rebel Renay, and there are 3 headliners involved: April Diamond, Ricky Rebel, and Robert Renay. And it's a pop show. And we're doing all of our Billboard Top 40 records, dance records. It's a dance EDM pop, just extravaganza, fashion. We have dancers, and right now the residency is at Dust, Las Vegas, and our next show is coming up at the end of this month. We're going to be doing probably on the 26th. I'm going to put on my website, and then we're coming again right now on the 5th. We're going to be performing at First Friday. With there's like a nice stage. There's like hundreds of people there. So we're going to be performing there, opening a new hotel. It's called the London Hotel. We're doing like a launch of their hotel.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Rick, if you need a backup dancer, it may not be me, but I could do a little something. No, I'm kidding. I'm just.
Are you a Gemini? What's your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
How did you?
I'll be honest. Because a lot of people, I know a lot of people into that. I don't really partake, but what gave you that sign? Was it the energy or?
Yeah, you're giving me major Gemini vibes.
Well,
it's the communication. You're good at communicating.
Well, you know what it is? It's not because I'm a Gemini. It's because I'm the most charismatic man, Ricky. Come on.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Geminis are very charismatic.
Yeah. But
Geminis and Sagittarius get along very well because we're on the opposite side of the zodiac.
What? Okay, I know what Sagittarius is, but I forget what's the dates involved?
It's like late November and then into December, mid-December.
Oh, so you get double the presents. Got it. At Christmas. Okay. All right.
So
you really want it.
So we get double. Yeah.
I need to get like you. But enough about me, Ricky. Enough about me. This is about you. Let's talk about something else that you have going on. Your newest album, Filling the Void.
Yeah, thank you.
Albums, people talk about albums all the time, but they don't understand the hard work that goes into it. So how, creating this album, what was the process like for you doing this? And what does it mean for you, being so long into this industry, to do another album? Because you could get to a certain point, and we see it all the time. People get to a certain point and, they just kind of fade back and focus on other business ventures. But Filling the Void, newest album for you. How was that process for you? And when any more information about it that you can give out if you can.
Sure. I was producing an album for my closest childhood friends, uh, Wayne Folks and Jonathan Fairchild. We were friends when I moved to Hollywood, and we've made music since we've met each other. Jonathan has a beautiful he's a beautiful vocalist, and Wayne is a great singer songwriter and producer, and he also sings. And we're pushing him hard to release his own music because he's got this gothic thing happening, Nine Inch Nail gothic. I'm producing like goth pop for him,
Right.
and we decided to make an album together, a disco pop record called Super Deluxe Vibe Machine. That's the name of the group, and they're a bunch of animated characters with stories. They each have their own story, and we were making this record, and it was last year. And I was like, look, guys, we have to release this. Don't sit on it. I'm the one, I'm the pusher. I'm the like,
Right.
stop it, stop thinking, release it. Let's go, let's go. And it just kind of, things just kind of put on the back burner. So I was making a lot of music for that record specifically. And then there were
Right.
some of those songs that they were like, you know what? I think that song works better for what you're doing for you as a solo artist, Ricky. I was like, hey, yeah, I think so too. So I would start developing those tracks. And then all of a sudden I had enough songs for an album now. At least I had like 10 strong songs for an EDM record, my first like fully committed EDM record.
Wow. Was
Yeah.
it what was the process like for it? Because making music is not easy. I'm not a musician, although I've been told I sound like Beyonce in the shower. But I'm kidding. I'm just playing.
Range.
I'll crack some glass. But what's the process like behind the scenes? You don't have to get into all the details, but how much work goes into not only just your newest album, Filling the Void, but any other projects you've done? What is the process like for you?
First step is to come up with the track. That's my first step. And if I'm feeling the track, that's where everything just starts to blossom. The writing starts coming out, the songwriting. You listen to it while you're at the gym, you're working
Right.
out. And if it's something that feels good while you're working out, then that means there's something there. And then as I'm doing my squats, I'm singing little melodies in my head, coming up with different concepts. And I must annoy the people around me who don't have headphones because I'm like singing these lyrics over and over again. Yeah, it's just a visceral thing. It just comes out of you without thinking. That's why I like to create when I'm at the gym. Sometimes I'll be at the gym for like 3 hours because
Right.
I'm lifting weights, I'm doing things, but in the process, I'm also writing music at the same time.
Yeah. Um, I want to get your take on something. You know, a lot of artists. I'm not gonna name drop too many. But a lot of artists are selling their catalogs and stuff. And I just want to get your take on it because there is a growing trend of a lot of people being concerned that their favorite artists are selling their catalogs, their music rights. A big high profile one outside of Michael, Taylor Swift. I think she recently bought it back. What do you
Mm.
think about that trend? Do you think that's a dangerous trend for the music industry, or do you think it's a smart business way for artists to capitalize on their success?
I don't think you should do that.
Yeah,
I think you should hold on to it. It's really valuable and it's very personal too. It's like someone owning your children. So
yeah,
if you can own them and you're relatively well off and handling life, why would you sell it? Like keep it. That's my opinion.
yeah,
Um, it's just a forever asset. I know a lot of older musicians, they hold on to it and they keep getting those residual checks. It's amazing for them forever living off of their hit, their one hit. So, and plus there's so many opportunities that are going to come up in the future. You don't really know when that song is like going to be featured in something that's $1 billion project. So it's good to hold on to it, in my opinion.
yeah. talking about your Vegas residency, your newest album, you've got to work with a lot of people, you know. But are there artists or producers, Timbaland, Pharrell? I don't know if Kanye is somebody you want to work with now, but I still respect Kanye. I like
I
his
like
work.
Kanye,
Yeah,
his music.
his antics outside of music,
Yeah,
turns people
I
off.
like
But
his music.
yeah, and he has really good songs, and he's also a very good producer. Jay-Z, the list goes on and on. So many people. Are there anybody in particular, any people you would want to work with that you haven't?
Madonna, Max Martin, the producer. I'd love to work. You mentioned Ye. You mentioned him. I think he might like some of my stuff, to be honest. Um, yeah, let me see. Mm,
I
yeah.
can see a
Oh,
little
The
Rihanna.
Weeknd. The Weeknd is amazing. Rihanna would be great. Oh, Britney for sure.
Britney.
I would
Yeah.
love to get Britney in the studio. I would love to collab with her and on a lot of things. I think we would have a good time. She lives really close to where I live, and I feel like she needs a friend. She needs
Yeah.
someone who she can trust, and she needs a home, a creative spot that she can just come and create. And I feel like I would be able to, specifically me, I would be able to facilitate that for her and make her feel safe. I've been told that I am an excellent vocal producer for people. I know how to get the performance very quickly without
Right.
thinking, just because, I know what it's like to be in that booth with someone who's quite frankly an asshole or or unable to communicate like properly in a way
Right.
that the artist can understand. I don't like metaphorical directors. I'm a
Yeah.
very like this is how like a computer, like a computer brain or something. I don't know how to describe it, but I take all the emotions out of it and just, hey, I need you to XYZ. And they go, okay. And that's it. And then, okay, thank you, we're done. And there's not this like, okay, if you come in like you better, what if you come in with that energy, it's just it hurts the artist. It makes it too difficult. So yeah, just some type of great environment for her. Brittany would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Dude, it sucks to see what she went through, and she looked like she's bouncing back. I just saw a video not too long ago that she reconciled with her son, and I want to give my shout out to her because she was a little bit before my time, but I did listen to, I had an older sister listen to Britney, so I respect her music. But do you think, is it possible we could see her come back? Maybe not even for new music, but maybe get back on tour, get back on stage. We're seeing like the Millennial Tour, other tours where a lot of the big acts from the 2090s get together and do these tours. Do you think we could see her come back in that fashion?
I definitely think so. I think it's definitely possible, but like I said, she has to be surrounded by people that she can trust, people that love her, and I think I have the team now
Right.
that could facilitate the warmth and the care and the everything that she would need to feel comfortable to create again.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the project that will land in my lap one day. Who knows? Um,
That'd be a nice full circle moment for you too.
it really would be, and I could talk to her about being on tour with. We could talk about old times. She was sweet back then. She was super humble, and it would just be really interesting for us to come together again. Um, we're both born on the same birthday, December 2nd.
Oh
So I feel
wow.
like there's like this astrological connection between us.
Yeah.
She's a born dancer. I'm a born dancer. We can never get away from it, no matter what. Um, so I just want to dance with her. I have a friend who owns a dance studio. It would be great for her to come in and for us to all hang out. She needs a friend right now. And
Yeah.
yeah, I would be a really good friend for her, but we'll see.
Absolutely. You're very kind person, very professional. You know, there's a lot of people when they meet people of your stature, you know, a lot of times they're not very personable, and I think you have shined a positive light not only on your achievements and everything, but you as a person. And that's what I try to do, is try to humanize people, because I don't want people to just see you and think, oh yeah, you know, this successful music artist. You're still a person, and you know, I hope to see you and Brittany get together again. You know, I hope to see her make a comeback, because you know
Yeah.
she has a lot of good music that I'm sure her fans and newer listeners would love to see. Um, and even for you, you know, I wish you even more success in music. But don't get it twisted, Ricky. We're not done yet, because you know, Ricky, life is about choices, as you know,
Yeah.
and we're getting to the point of the show where we do a segment called the hot seat. Now, out of respect, I know you have ties, so if you want to decline certain answers, I will understand it. This is just a fun segment, just to get people to make choices. But we're gonna do some iconic pop stars. I'm
Oh,
gonna give you
fun.
two
All right.
names, and you could choose one or the other. So you don't have to get explanation. You could just give a short reason why you're picking them. But this is all pure fun. This is not a gotcha. This is not to get Harvey Levin. I blocked him already, right? So don't worry about it.
Okay,
He's
good.
not listening in. So I'm gonna give you two choices. You just choose. Just a little fun.
Yeah.
If you ready to do this, let's
I'm
have some
ready.
fun.
I'm ready. Let's go.
You do all right. So let's do this. I'll start off light.
Okay.
Elvis Presley or John Lennon.
Elvis Presley.
Let's do Dolly Parton or Tina Turner.
Tina effing Turner.
Ooh, okay. All right.
I love
We're
her.
talking.
Fellow Sagittarian.
All right. How about this?
I love
Prince
Tina.
or David Bowie?
Oh no. Oh, whoa, you shocked my brain. Oh my gosh. I'm having like a circuit breakdown. Cannot compute. They're both so incredibly influential in my life, in my musical and just artful life. Gosh. My instinct said David Bowie.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Wow. And that's so sad because
Yeah.
I think Prince is the greatest musician of all time. But
Yeah.
my instinct said Bowie because Bowie was an actor too. And I think
Yeah.
that is the most important of all art forms, is to be a great actor.
Amen to that. Let's keep the show going because the show's not over yet. All right. Let's do Ozzy Osbourne or Elton John.
Ozzy's a Sagittarian. Honestly, my instinct said Elton John.
Mariah Carey or Cher.
Mariah effing Carey.
Damn Skippy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey.
Whitney effing Houston.
Oh, okay. All right. We're rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do Rihanna or Beyonce.
Rihanna.
Shakira
Yeah.
or Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Freddie Mercury or Jimi Hendrix.
Freddie Mercury.
Snoop Dogg. Let's see. Let's do it. Snoop Dogg or Jay-Z.
Well, Snoop, I did a song with Snoop. So Snoop Dogg.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Be careful now.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's a fair choice.
I was featured on one of his songs. So
I didn't know that. Okay, that's all right. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do.
And plus, I love Snoop Dogg.
Oh, he's underrated. He does not get the respect he does, but I think musically, people forget, especially the newer generation. They forgot how good he was because he's all over the place now. He's every commercials, TV shows, whatever. They forgot he's up there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's keep
This
this
is a
train
really
going.
fun game. This is really fun.
It is, right? It's talk
You
about
picked good
fun.
ones. You picked really good ones. That's why.
Yeah, you know what? I'm trying to add a little different flavors for you because I don't want to put you on the spot with certain people, so I want to make it fair. But I have to do this to you: Madonna or Dolly Parton.
Madonna.
I thought that'd be a
Forever. If you put
okay.
Madonna in front of anybody, I'll always say Madonna.
I won't disagree with you.
If
Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's do this.
you did Madonna and Michael, that would be hard though.
You know what? No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna do it.
That's
Both
hard.
both fan bases will be coming for you.
It
So
might have
I'm
to
not
be
gonna do
Michael, honestly.
that. Yeah, it's Michael.
It would have to be Michael because
Man.
Madonna was the wannabe Michael. Sorry, that's and in her own words, she
Yeah,
wanted to be. Michael is the
he's the GOAT. I mean,
he's the king.
Yeah,
He's the king.
Before we continue, let me ask you a side note. A lot of people has often compared Chris Brown with Michael Jackson. How do you feel about that?
That's fair. That's fair. He's a great dancer, great singer, great songwriter. I like his stuff, especially his newest stuff. I'm like, ooh,
yeah, Chris Brown. I know he's had some trouble past, but
yeah.
I watched the tribute show he did. I think it was for BT or MTV. This had to have been like 17 years ago. The Michael Jackson tribute, and he did Thriller and
Oh my
another.
gosh.
Oh, he just knocked it out the park. That dude is.
He's incredible. He is absolutely, yeah. I love Chris
Speaking
Brown.
of incredible, though, nice try. We're getting back to track, Ricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to cut me off. We're getting back. All right. You're not done yet. No, I'm kidding. Let's do Timbaland or Pharrell.
Timbaland.
I
love Pharrell.
They both have hits. I feel it happy. All right. You're gonna hear that.
It just needs a little auto-tune. It'll be perfect.
Well, they do say me and T-Pain are siblings. So, no, let me stop. Let me shut up. All right. Tyler, the Creator, or The Weeknd?
The Weeknd.
Lil Wayne or Drake?
Oh, wow. I did a song with Lil Wayne too. So Lil Wayne.
Oh my God.
I did a feature with him.
You know what? I'm a fear. If I keep mentioning names, I'm gonna get us in trouble here. Okay, you know what? Let's do Drake or Kendrick Lamar. Let's do it. Screw it.
Oh yeah, and people have asked me that one before, and I'm Drake.
I'm Team Drake too.
People forget those hits. He had so many hits beyond.
Yes, I'll say this because this is not my segment, it's yours. But I like Kendrick's earlier stuff. I feel like up until the whole riff that him and Drake had, me personally, I feel like he wasn't dropping music as good as he did 10 years ago. So Drake has what I want to say a 20-year run, but almost a 20-year run of just every year classic after classic after classic. I mean,
oh yeah,
he might have lost the battle, but he didn't lose the war.
No, he did not. No, he did not. That's a great way of putting it.
All right, let me give you a couple. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but let me give you a couple more. Make this fun. How about Bad Bunny or I'm trying to decide between Flo Rida and you know what? Let's do Bad Bunny or Pitbull.
Oh, that's a good one. It's supposed to be Pitbull, but I'm probably going to say Bad Bunny just because it's very sexy music. I hadn't really listened to it, to be honest, too much until the Super Bowl, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is he records really well. He
Yeah,
records really well. Like he sounds good on record. Live, I don't know, without auto-tune and all that stuff, but like his voice is just so like recordable, if that makes
right.
sense. So
Yeah, Bad Bunny. I've known about him for a while. The Super Bowl really for American audiences really took him up there. All right, just a couple more. I won't keep you too long. Let's do One Direction or the New Kids on the Block.
New Kids on the Block.
Really? Okay. All right. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
NSYNC or Backstreet Boys.
In sync.
And last one, last but not least, you know, these are the two biggest names of all time. And everybody has their choice. I feel like I already know your answer, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Michael Jackson or Prince?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Like, wow. I'm going to go with Prince.
No,
I'm going to go with Prince.
I thought it was a surefire.
I thought it was
Michael.
too. And I just thought about it right now. And when I think about the music and you just go solely on music and music and music and music and music and music, nobody pumped it out like Prince. He pumped out hit after hit, music after music. He made films. He made that one. He acted in that film when Doves Cry was in that
Oh
Purple
yeah,
Rain.
yeah, Purple Rain.
He
Yeah,
acted in that film, killed it. He has influenced me musically, I think, the most. So I have to give it to him.
I'll admit I'm part of the fans that I didn't grow up with either of them. Obviously, having mom and older siblings, Michael was just always played in the house, and to this day, everybody. I feel like, unfortunately, like with Prince, I think besides When Doves Cry, Purple Rain, I don't know if he gets the due that he gets anymore. Like Michael, I feel like it's going to be eternity. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you feel differently. But I feel like nobody plays Prince as much. I mean, certain places they do, but I think Michael's just everywhere.
Yeah.
So that could be a little biased there, but
I think Michael's more commercial than Prince. Prince's music.
Fair.
Prince's music.
Prince's
music is controversial, and he wasn't afraid to be controversial. Like he wrote a song called "If I Was Your Girlfriend." And that's another reason why I like him so much. He was very confrontational in that way, like fearless, stepping out, wearing women's high heels and just basically stepping out in a bikini, whatever he wore. He would wear the most feminine things on the planet and steal your girlfriend from you. He's just had this charisma. It goes to Prince.
And I will say Prince is definitely. I was just in Nashville last year, and I went to I think it was the International Musicians Hall of Fame, and they had a segment for an area for Prince, and it's kind of shocking, honestly, how beloved he was at a time where I'm sure people looked at him like they looked at him funny because of his choices. But that shows you that greatness can't be denied because, the dude has really set a trend for not only his generation, for other generations. A lot of people are influenced by Prince. So, no, they're both legends. There was no wrong answer. But I honestly thought he was going to choose Michael. So, that's why I said
I thought so too.
Out there.
I thought so too, but I didn't.
Well, you never know somebody until you... No, I'm kidding. It's all right. Ricky... Like you said, I know you're a busy, man. Now I got Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked DMing me about you. Let's get out of here before people start harassing me to get to you. But anything. I know you have your new album, Filling the Void, coming out. You have your residency in Las Vegas. You're all over the place. You're doing mid-year tours. doing big things. But anything else you got coming up? Maybe I know you say you're dipping into acting a little bit, which is good to hear. That's my feel right there. But do you have anything else that you got coming out? Maybe you don't have to give every detail, but anything that fans of yours and people who are maybe finding you for the first time can look forward to.
I'm going to open up a Rebel Star Academy, and it's going to help artists who need help in the music industry and also acting. You spoke of acting, need help navigating, and I want to teach the students in our academy what it means to be confident, what it means to be enough in an industry that tries to tell you that you're not enough. And I want to teach them where does it come from, and a lot of it is psychological. My partner is a doctor in psychology, so there's a lot of things I've learned living with him that I feel like these lessons and these like peer-reviewed studies of psychology, how they can help the actor, how they can help the singer, help the performer to really lock in to what it means to be yourself. What does it mean to be me? And is that enough? And we answer that question. And yes, it is enough. And that has to be the foundation for all that you do. So that's what's going to happen next.
Absolutely. I love that answer. Before we wrap it up, I often say a helping hand is a better hand. And it's not just a slogan, it's a way of life. But I don't want to leave on the last word. I want to give you the floor. And I want to ask you one more question. People look at successful people and they see the final product. They don't see the grit, the grind, the blood, the sweat, and the tears that you put into to have what you have now. What is a piece of advice you would give to your younger self, or maybe somebody who's trying to aspire to become like you or pursuing a career in music entertainment? What is a piece of advice that you've learned along your journey that you would instill in your younger self or somebody else?
My advice would be to look at your life and look at the positive things in your life and look at the positive things about yourself as much as you possibly can and meditate on those things and remind yourself of those things. Look at the positive things in the world and you will manifest positivity. If you focus on the negativity, if you focus on complaining, if you focus on what you don't have, your life won't go in the direction that you want it to go. So you must train yourself like a ninja, like a warrior to focus on the positive things about yourself and others and about the world. That's my final word.
Ricky, Rebel in the house. One of the most genuine, kindest people I've gotten to meet. One of the most successful I've gotten to interview. But you know what? The party don't stop here. You know why? Because the party continues in Las Vegas at his residency, Diamond Rebel Renay. You can check out his latest album, Filling the Void. I'm sure details will be coming out soon. Check out all his social media, his website. He'll have all the information for you. And I just want to say, Ricky, thank you for coming on. Thank you for imparting some of that wisdom that you have, not only to me, but to new people and people who follow your journey. And if anybody takes anything away from this conversation, and I just want to be serious for a second. If anybody takes anything away from this conversation, it would be Michael Jackson over Prince. We're out of here, baby.